Some people just want to watch World Fun.
Jeff Tails, another draft day.
Nailed
Makes
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got
Mason
more.
just loves him some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. LaCroix. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Hello Jeff. Save 20% off your first meal box with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 458. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff. I'm Jim.
And I'm Brian.
Let's see if we got the poll here, Brian. I'll see if what the people voted for your new title. That's the big thing. You got promoted last week from intern, I think.
2 weeks ago.
Well, oh, yeah, that's right. You weren't here last week.
I was suspended last week.
Yes, you had leprosy. Brian, 63% of the vote. Your new title, intern manager.
Intern manager?
Yes.
So you're in charge of
All
all the intern duties have to go through you. You're in charge of making sure they're all done.
All right. Wait a second. There were only 8 votes on this thing.
because it came out like 5 hours ago.
No, we need a full week. We need engagement on this.
Fine. Until next week, your intern manager.
For this week until next Tuesday, I will be intern manager.
Okay.
We could do a poll every week on what Brian's new title is every week.
We could do that. Assistant to the producer and assistant to the host both had 13%.
And I'm intern manager.
There you go. No Blake this week.
Suspended.
He is suspended for drafting a shitty team in fantasy football, like every year. So
Well, he puts too many Browns on it.
yeah, there's always too many Browns. Good old Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson.
I had a guy in my fantasy, one of my leagues last night, and he had a bold strategy. And it was, I'm not going to draft any Jets.
You know, I think I accidentally do that every year.
So I actually we had a draft last night.
Some of us had 3.
You did have 3. My 12-year-old actually helped me draft last night. And
Is that why it took you so long?
no, because I was pausing it for other people.
No, but I'm looking at when it was your turn and the clock was counting down.
That only happened 6 of the 12 rounds. And it was 1 minute and 15 seconds. Shut the fuck up.
And you used at least a minute of most of yours.
Yes, I did.
Thank you for pausing it while I was working.
You're welcome.
And unpausing it when I was in between working and not working.
I got you, Brian. But yeah, he's like, how about this guy? I was like, he's on the Browns. And he's like, I was like, 1 is too many Browns. You can't have it. Can't have it. Nick Chubb, I think, was out there, though.
Chubb is the one worth having.
Still a
If you're
Cleveland Brown.
going to have one, it's
Still
Chubb.
They still have a great offensive line.
Yeah, they do. But anyway, so this is not fantasy football talk. That's down the hall and on Wednesday night for penalty zone, red zone. Can we
No, can't use red zone.
penalty?
The penalty box.
The penalty. Yeah, there you go.
The penalty box for your best football advice.
Get us on the Hobie Network.
Yikes.
Brian, you were not here last week.
I was not.
We saved you some pumpkin spice Oreos, so please enjoy those and let us know what you think.
I'm very excited about those.
I know
I've
you
had
are.
them multiple times, but I look forward to them every year.
Yeah. Jim and Jeff, thank you for getting candy jars. We got very nice candy jars.
Classing up this place.
Yeah, that's classy. You got to do it classy, you see. Yeah.
Yeah, you see?
Let me get a picture of those here. Oh, they're pumpkins on it. Wow, look at that. I mean, those are pretty classy. Look at those here. And since it is Labor Day weekend, or it was long weekend, we now have it is Wild Card week this week on Hobie.
Wild card.
Bitches. Woo! Wild Card, bitches.
I was hoping it was wild card because I don't have a printout of the.
Yeah, me neither.
First week, Brian, as intern manager, and you don't have a fucking outline. Oh, let's do Wild Card. Okay.
Hey, that's what the other interns wanted, and I managed them, and that's what they said.
You didn't even know that you were the intern manager until 2 minutes ago.
Oh, that's just how fast I work.
Oh, that's what she said. So, anyways, so that's where we're at. Jeff, have you seen anything this week? Anything exciting?
I have this weekend started watching Devil in Ohio.
I read that book.
Did you?
Yeah.
I have one episode left.
Did you like it?
I'm invested in it, but would I recommend it? Probably not.
How many episodes?
8.
It's on Netflix?
Yep.
Okay.
I am 6 episodes in, and to me it feels like watching this that, oh, Mayor of Easttown did good. Let's try to greenlight anything that seems like it might be similar.
It does have a Mayor of Easttown vibe.
First off, did they make a sequel to that, a second season?
They, I believe, are not.
Okay.
At least as of right now.
There's nothing in the works of making a second season.
First season was
Because
fantastic.
they actually, I did read an article about a month ago that where HBO had signed her to a new deal, and she was developing something else for them, and they had said that after that they were planning on circling back to that to see if there was more for them to tell.
I actually would be okay if they didn't.
That's my murder.
So,
They murdered my birder.
Murdered your birder?
So you said it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's not bad. It just feels. What's the word I'm looking for?
Bland. Mid.
If, gosh, it's a simple word. Well, it's not that simple.
Okay.
But like
Mundane.
you've already seen it before.
Common.
You know.
Oh, okay.
Meh.
No, none of those are the words I'm looking for.
That's just
Been
a
there,
delightful
done that.
cookie.
Yeah, that's still not the word I'm looking for.
So the book was very similar to that. It was not a bad book, but it was fine.
Was the book fiction, or was this based off of a true story, or?
It said fiction.
It's fiction.
Oh yeah, well I know it's fiction because none of the places other than Ohio exist in
And Ohio State.
yes, and Cleveland.
Yes, I did mention
They
Cleveland.
talk about we might have to go to Cleveland for that.
Nobody wants to go to Cleveland.
And West Virginia.
Jim Justice, you got black lung? Call 1-800. Got justice. I'll get you the money that you deserve from the insurance companies, and I'll get you a gun. Jim Justice for president.
Whoa.
I was watching it and they were talking about the freaky people, the religious people in whatever county. I'm like, it's not an Ohio county. I even double checked it, looked it up. I'm like, that county doesn't exist.
Okay. Jim, you watch anything?
Let's see. I watched Disney's Jungle Cruise.
Ooh, on
nice.
purpose?
I was pretty bored. I needed a break from
Go for it. I had 3.
From-
You can have the last one.
from the show we were just talking about. So I
Needed something lighthearted.
yeah, and it was meh. It's what I expected. I'm not upset I watched it, but it didn't.
It was, yeah. My kids have watched it. We watched it. It was. I like the twist with The Rock at the end, like when he's like, spoilers, it's been out for a year, but like when he's like not a god, but he's he doesn't die.
I am invincible.
Cursed.
He's cursed because of it. But yeah, that was kind of the intro. Like I did expect. Like he built basically that village and
Yeah.
city.
I think it would have been better if he cured the curse and then just went away like he planned.
I was kind of expecting that. I was hoping that was going to be
I
it.
thought that would have been a better ending than the, I'm going to go off to London, yeah.
But
That's also
we need
how
a
you
sequel.
Yeah, that's how you set it up for a sequel.
It's exactly how you do. Because the whole time I was like, oh my God, they're going to kill the Rock off. Not in a bad way, but like he's going to go find peace. No, he's fine. Damn it.
But so you're saying he was immortal.
He was.
Why did he want to be immortal?
So I can live forever.
No, I didn't say define immortal.
No, that's why I want to live forever. Oh, House of the Dead. Good old Ron Howard. Nope.
Clint.
Brian, what have you? First off, did you like the pumpkin spice Oreos?
It's always a delightful cookie. It really is. I prefer the whole rather than individual parts.
Okay.
Still,
Agreed.
just an all around good cookie.
Okay.
Thank you, Oreo.
Brian, have you watched anything?
Yeah. So Netflix and I'm on this documentary kick still that they're doing. They have what is it? Web of Lies and something. It's like a miniseries directed by Ron Howard.
Okay.
It's like 6 episodes, and they do like just a different like crazy, hard to believe story where like the news, like where the media grabs it, and how far out of control it gets because of that.
Which one did they do?
Well, the one that I watched was I watched the first 3, but the third one was by far the best one in my opinion. It was the story about the DNC staffer who got killed, and like they how like the media and I guess like the Republican somewhere along the line, their party turned it into like the Clintons had him killed.
Oh yeah, they did.
Allegedly.
But like and it was like, so mainly it was like Fox News was like, and one of the reporters were the ones that were like perpetuating and like pushing this narrative, and like it's nuts. And I don't honestly remember any of this, mainly because I have a brain and I don't watch Fox News. Sorry, down the hall. Thursdays on, what is it? Thursday nights?
Yes, Stump.
Stump.
Yeah,
that's what
on
it is.
on the Hobie Podcast Network.
but
Is that
it's
the
just-
one? Did they interview the mom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've heard-
the parents
Yeah.
are part of it, and like she like it's so nuts. Like I can't like, and that's the whole kind of premise of this whole like series that they do is like
How it just gets out there.
yeah, like just how far gone like stories really get, and like I mean it come down to where the parents sued Fox, they sued the correspondents that were reporting on it and pushing it, and
Is this the one that he was killed in his house?
No, he was out. He was out somewhere, like with some friends, and then he was like walking home, and like called his girlfriend while he was walking home, and then like he just like it was like
Gone.
he just got killed.
Okay.
So it was like
Yeah, the Clintons hitman really did a good job.
yeah, the Clinton,
Allegedly.
the Clinton hit squad got him.
George Clinton.
Oh yeah, who else were you thinking?
Funkadelic Express.
Funkadelic.
Funkadelic.
Yeah, they got him.
Funkadelic.
But it's wild, man. Like, it really is.
The reason I remember that is I don't remember how he like. I didn't remember that he was walking home. I thought he was at his house, but obviously I'm wrong. But like I remember his mom being on the news, and like it was heartbreaking, like what she went
absolutely.
through, and like the stories about her.
So the other thing too is like they had a somebody who was associated with it at Fox had put them in touch with like a private investigator. So the private investigator was working for the family, as I'm air quoting this. But then like he was talking to them and like helping them. And then, like, without them knowing, he was showing up on Fox and reporting on it, and like none of the stuff
Is that a conflict of interest?
right.
Like-
So like
Well,
the whole
Fox was paying him.
Well, yeah,
exactly.
that's true.
And like all these like lobbyists were like putting up this money so that they could control this narrative, like they could push that narrative
Correct.
out. And it was just wild, man.
It's interesting. Like, as many good private investigators there are, like when I go down these rabbit holes of missing people, like as many good ones there are that do help
There's
solve the
twice
case.
as many bad ones.
Yes.
That are just preying on
Correct.
people's.
Amy Bradley, who years ago fell off, well, she was missing from a ship. There's always these rumors that she was abducted. You know, at the end of the day, more than likely, she went out for a cigarette. She was drunk and she fell off the balcony. Her parents have always said that, you know, there's been rumors that she's been found, like she's been,
Seen?
seen with the sex slave industry and that. It was even, there was some photos, but basically they talked about like they've lost like $50,000 just from private investigators because they're like, we got her, we're going to go get her, and then they just gone. Like, sorry, nope, here's the money, have a good day. And they're like, you're stuck because you have to pay it because if that chance is there that she's there, you have to do it, right? So it's sad, like just that whole, circle of it. So
Yeah, but it's a really good series. I mean, Ron Howard. I mean, he's.
Do they do a case for the Sandman kid from Northern Kentucky who
They do not.
he has a punchable face.
has a punchable face, but the media on the other side really took off and buried that kid for standing there.
He won a lot of money.
He did.
He did win a lot of money from CNN.
Yeah.
So
And the family of this guy won
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Did they say how much?
7 figures is all that.
Huh.
That's all it said. They wouldn't disclose it, but Fox reached a 7-figure settlement with the family.
Speaking of like news organizations, even though this is fictional, we finished the morning show on Apple. I have to admit, Apple TV might become my second favorite streaming service right now.
Yeah.
Like I was hesitant, but they have done a really good job.
Yeah.
Like
It's right behind Freebie.
yes.
Yeah.
But we finished the morning show. Second season was okay, nothing great.
I mean,
But it was still good.
I was okay with where they went with it.
I wasn't upset. It was just
I mean, it wasn't obviously as good as the first, but I didn't dislike it, and I can't wait for the last season.
it's not necessarily the last season.
Oh,
They got a new showrunner.
okay.
And they've been talking about that they could technically do this for like 10 seasons, but they don't have to have, like, they could do a prequel to it.
Sure. Like leading up to.
And then they said, which would be interesting, or they said that,
I mean, that's how you get Carell back.
yep, and people leave all the time.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
sure.
so I like Daniel. Like, I want
Yeah.
his story.
Right.
The other rumor is a spinoff with Mindy Kaling's morning show, The Rival.
Yeah.
I was like, that could be fun.
That would be good.
So they said the reason with Reese and Jennifer Aniston might be the last season, even though they've really liked each other. Jennifer Aniston has said that it's tough to keep doing the role, but she said that she would be up for like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
But it depends on the money.
Sure.
So we'll see.
Yeah. I also did start Steve Carell's new series on Hulu
The Patient?
or FX.
Yeah.
But I watched it on Hulu. Yeah, The Patient. I watched the first 2 episodes that were available. That's really good too.
They said that's doing really well because it's a half hour and it's very concise.
It's so quick,
Yeah.
but it's really good.
Basically, his patient, he's a psychologist.
Yes,
Psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist.
He chains him, like the patient chains Steve Carell, right?
Yeah, so like
He captures him.
yeah, because like spoilers, I guess. Like the first episode, like it's as compact as it is. Like he's been seeing this like the patient has been seeing him for a while. The Carell tells him, "You're not really opening up. You're not really telling me anything. This is kind of a waste of time." And he's like, he doesn't think that, so he thinks he's just trying to blow him off. And then he kidnaps him, and then that's where it kind of takes off.
That's not appropriate behavior, is it?
That's debatable.
Okay.
Depends on what country we're in.
Allegedly. Anyways.
So yeah, that's another good one, and it's really quick. Like it's easy, like 21 minute. Like I mean,
Yeah. Anything else? Anybody else?
Again, I'm all caught up on both the House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones.
I'm one behind on
3
that.
episodes?
3 episodes.
3 episodes.
I'm caught up on that also.
Oh, there wasn't an episode this week, was there? Because
Yeah.
there was.
Yeah,
I think so.
there was.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I watched one last
I'm-
night that I hadn't
Yeah.
seen before.
Okay, so
They said the
I'm
third
on-
episode is probably the best one so far.
They've all been good.
It's getting better. And then I'm also got both episodes of
Ring of
the
Power.
Ring of Power, the Rings of Power.
I started the first episode, but then fell asleep.
I kind of watched the first one distracted while I'm in bed, and so I went and rewatched it, and I see why there's some criticism of it, but just absolutely bashing it for what it is. It's again, a lot of people are doing it because it doesn't meet what their expectations were going into it. It has nothing to do with what's actually presented.
That's kind of new on the internet. That hardly ever happens.
I know, really.
Star Wars, everybody loved it.
Everybody loved it before they even saw it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like people saying that Tolkien will be rolling over in his grave if he saw this because there's a black elf.
So that's the same kind of thing that people were saying about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Or
It's all this woke shit. I'm like, no, it's they're made up characters to begin with.
none of it's real. This is not a depiction of real life.
Well, it's like they say that about Star Trek, and like the new Star Trek, it's woke. And trust me, like there's lines, on a lot of stuff.
The old Star Trek was.
the old Star Trek was
It
woke.
was founded on. I mean, it was
Roddenberry
woke, but-
did that.
Yeah.
And I love when people are like, "Oh, the new Star Trek is so woke." It's like, isn't it in the 1960s woke? Like, it's always been.
It's mind-boggling to me.
Just shut up, watch the show, enjoy what they're presenting to you.
I mean,
Oh.
If it's not your cup of tea,
if
Turn it off.
anything, you're going to be upset about with Game of Thrones, maybe it's like the marrying a 12-year-old.
oh no, that's how it was done back then.
Oh, back then,
Back
in
when?
in fake time.
In fake time.
That's how we did it in fake time. Okay.
No. The 12-year-old wouldn't be expected to
bed them.
to bed them until she
They're
was 14.
What the fuck are you watching, people?
Game of Thrones. The new House of Dragons, man.
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen, and I know that you're the House of the Dragon, but
I know you're the king and in charge of everything.
I mean, you can leave anytime, King. But I'm just saying there could be a dragon outside.
Like,
the king's defense, he turned the 12-year-old
correct.
down.
Yes.
He
Turned
did.
down
And,
that marriage.
and
He turned the
he
12-year-old
married
down for the
16-year-old.
Yeah, the 16-year-old.
Because she could
I
bed
don't
him.
like this conversation. Can we move on?
It's right, but
But then between episodes 2 and 3, like 3 years went by.
So she's
that's-
15.
She's like 19.
Oh, 19.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing that. Oh, great.
okay.
and pregnant with her second child.
What the fuck is going on here, people?
What?
Is it second?
Well, since her son just had his second
Yeah.
name day.
Is the dad the rapper that I sent that's fighting Nick Cannon for most kids?
I was so confused.
He's not an NBA player. His
Yeah, I'm
name's
like,
NBA.
NBA Young?
I'll get to that. I'll
I'm
get
so confused. What NBA player is this?
Let's see here.
Oh, it's a rapper.
Let me do this story real quick.
Should the
here.
NBA sue him for using NBA in his name?
Let's see
jars
here.
are nice.
NBA Youngboy was expecting his ninth
His
child.
rapper name is NBA Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy does not sound.
That's very. It rolls right off the
I'll
tongue.
put a cap in your ass. What's your name? Youngboy. Really?
Oh, NBA young boy.
Oh, okay. In Japan, professional wrestlers go over there. They're called the Young Boys when they basically have to serve the trainers. Not sexually, allegedly. But, like, everybody that goes over there is called a Young Boy. So I was like, that is not a very strong name. Anyways,
Well,
NBA
that gets its history from the sumo.
Oh, because of the people.
The sumo wrestlers, if you get to Yokozuna status, pretty much everybody else serves you.
Gotcha. So you're a Young Boy.
Yep.
That's why I guess it went into the wrestling. That makes sense because of okay. Rumors recently started swirling that NBA YoungBoy was expecting his ninth child. Let's see here, which sent social media into a frenzy. A frenzy, Brian.
A frenzy.
The first thing everyone asks on social media is who?
They're asking if this is this generation's Nick Cannon. No, because this generation is Nick Cannon, right?
Nick Cannon's still generating babies
He went to Instagram.
But this guy is a generation younger than Nick Cannon.
because he's a young boy.
He is.
He's what, 22 and had 9 kids
Well, I'm
already?
getting there. You killed the story. Young boy put these.
I killed the story. It's
Great,
a terrible
Jeff.
story to begin with.
He went to Instagram, confirmed that him and his fiancee, Jaslyn Michelle,
Did he post his address on Instagram?
come fight me.
Maybe just to come drop off some diapers?
That would be. You know what? How great would that be if he did post it and people just start dropping off diapers and that? Like instead of the opposite of the guy getting shot, the rapper. They're
They
expecting.
were used diapers.
Aww. You know.
Ruin everything, Jim.
You know.
Yep.
I
I'm
could
going
see
to have
the.
to suspend you again.
I could see the internet doing that. Expecting his 9th kid. Let's see here. The new baby would make 9 kids from 6 different women for young boy. He is 22 years old. Rapper, let's see here. NBA Young Boy or Young Boy Never Broke Again is what it stands for. Real name, Kentrell Deshaun Golden, appeared to announce the news and his engagement to the baby's mother, to his 10.6 million followers on Instagram.
Wait.
Yeah.
He has 9 children?
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't he be
ABA?
ABA?
Yeah. He's with the ABA now. Always broke again.
I do like that their one daughter's name
Or
is...
the IBA, I'm broke again?
I do like the couple are already parents to daughter Alice. Oh, that's a typical normal. Okay, young boy, thanks.
Alice Youngboy.
Yes. NBA Youngboy captioned the post, "Dangerous Love." What?
I don't get it, man.
I'm kind of glad I read the first line from this article and then skipped it.
I just liked that they were comparing him to Nick Cannon. Good for him. So, let's see here. I did. I'm continuing to watch For All Mankind on Apple. Mm-hmm. So, I really like. So, like I talked about last week, basically they lost the space war to Russia, so they're playing catch up on it. And now they're trying to make they're trying to make a moon base. First one to the moon, but like the timeline has diverged, like from how it could have killed the American program. Now it's like showing them like what they could all do, and then like I said, eventually in 3rd season, I think they're going to Mars. But like I really like the timeline has like splintered, and now it's instead of like they've taken these historical characters and just done something completely different with them. So yeah, it's been enjoyable. I would recommend it. So, anything else?
So what has Neil Armstrong become in this new universe?
He was the first American to get on the moon.
Oh, he still was? Okay. I thought maybe
Yeah.
he became like a shoe salesman or something.
No, yes, his name is Al Bundy. He changed his name. No, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong. Trying to think. John Glenn's in there. John Glenn's kind of an asshole.
Michael Collins?
He is not. Liam Neeson's in it.
Fake.
No, Michael Collins has not been in it. Trying to think what else.
So who was in the capsule while the other 2 went on the moon?
They didn't say.
So it could have been Michael
It
Collins.
could have been Michael Collins. But he is not a character in it that they've done much with, I guess I should say.
The
Like,
guy who has the record for being the most isolated person in human history.
Michael Collins?
And they can't even put him in their show.
I did not. They never mentioned that guy's name. If they did, I missed it. So, yeah.
Yeah, they probably mentioned it 14 times.
Maybe. I will say it is tough to, like, you definitely...
Brian was talking about it
Did it?
in the show, and you just completely ignored whatever he says.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
Unbelievable. Can't believe you would treat your intern manager that way.
I did.
The other really woke show that people are upset about, I'm caught up on, is She-Hulk.
I have to see the next 2 episodes, but you can talk about it.
Well, the best thing about the newest episode, they're showing like all these people are bent out about She-Hulk, the character, and they're complaining about it on social media.
Good place.
Everything that they put out on social media about people complaining were real comments they took off the internet from people complaining about the TV show.
Well done. Well done.
Like, why can't you get your own superhero? Why do you got to take another one and make a woman out of it?
Don't they realize that She-Hulk has been around since like 1970?
No, they don't.
Nope.
Like, there's a famous cover of Banner giving her blood, like in the surgery room. That's the cover.
Yeah.
No, forget it. Forget
No.
it.
No.
She-Hulk is older than most of the people complaining about her.
Most 95%, I would say.
No, there's a lot of old people complaining about wokeness.
Of course they are.
You know, if you really want to get and be woke, you should watch the show called Woke on Hulu.
Yep.
It's really good. I mean,
Is it woke?
it's the wokest.
I get all my woke stuff from Steve Carell in the morning show. He seems legit. His character.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. We did have some questions this week.
Let's answer them. Rapid fire.
You want to do it? Okay,
False.
let's see.
True.
7.
False.
Steve at Everything I Learned from Movies.
Everything I learned from movies.
New dog owner.
Yeah.
What is your favorite musical?
Jesus Christ, Superstar.
Is it?
Yes.
Stage musical or film musical?
I don't know. That's the big question.
Because the best film musical is Grease, too.
Jesus Christ,
Rent.
Superstar.
Oh, that's a tough one.
No, I might have to agree with Jim on stage musical because I've seen that one more often than any other.
Well, it's that, or it might be Parker and Stone's
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon. Oh, that's a
Oh,
good
that
one.
was really good.
Spamalot was good,
Spamalot was fantastic.
which I just found out like yesterday that Hannah Waddingham originated the original London run of Spamalot.
Oh, okay.
Spamalot's still going on in New York? I know they were shutting it down for a while. Obviously,
Well, everything was shut down.
Yeah, but
I
I
don't
th-
know what's come back, so I can't tell you.
Okay. I would say one of my favorites is movie-wise. I know Greatest Showman is not a good movie, or it's fun, but it's not a great movie. But the music, I can't stop singing.
The music is good.
The music is unbelievable.
I thought the music was the worst part of the movie.
I think you're the worst part of the movie.
I'm not in the movie.
Oh, damn
And
it.
it got a little bump because Lauren Allred, who did the singing of
Showings?
Never Enough,
Oh, yeah.
she did the actual singing in the movie and on the on the
CD.
The CD. She was on Britain's Got Talent
Yeah.
this year, and she sang Never Enough on stage, and then said, "Yeah, I'm the actual person who sang this in the movie," because she was brought on to be like a voice coach and to get them there, and they're like, "Why don't you just sing it? Because you're better than all the actors they had." And
So the actress then just lip synced her?
yeah, it was pretty much the actress's idea.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
I like Rent. I like Rent a lot.
Yeah,
I like Moulin Rouge.
Rent was good.
I couldn't even finish
stage wise.
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
Hamilton.
I've never seen Hamilton, so
Not
I can't
either.
judge it.
Hamilton's
It's on
probably,
Disney Plus.
Okay, I'll take a look someday.
It's very good actually. Well done.
I watched the movie Dear Evan Hansen, and it was not great.
So I've heard that from a lot of people. Let's see here.
And it's not even that. Who's the star of it?
Evan.
Ben
Ben Platt.
Platt.
It's not that Ben Platt was playing a 16-year-old in the movie, even though he's like almost 30.
Yeah.
Hey, I've seen Grease.
Did he marry a 12-year-old?
He tried.
Oh, okay.
Because Ben Platt, I mean, he's
Very talented.
very talented, and if you don't know who he is from that, you'll know him because he was the nerdy kid in the Pitch Perfect
Pitch
movies.
perfect. Yeah.
That would require seeing the Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, I'm
movies.
with you on that.
I saw the first 3. Is
there
there more
more?
than that?
I think there's 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I've seen all of them.
I just like the way you said it, like there was 12 of them or something.
I don't know. I mean,
I saw 10 minutes of one and felt I wasted my 10 minutes.
Brian's like, I saw 3 of them. I gave up when they went to New York. Oh, wait, that's Jason Voorhees. Totally different show.
no, they go to New York maybe for one of their big like a cappella competitions.
Acapella.
But then like it felt an awful lot like Mighty Ducks when they started facing like the the Russians or
Oh,
like
yeah.
Iceland? Did they face
like,
Iceland?
it was like something like that, and I was like, wait a second.
They faced the Germans.
Yeah,
Was it DOS?
I don't remember.
Oh my
but-
God! It's the greatest choir in the world. They're from Iceland. No.
Although that brings me to one of my favorite lines of all time from Parks and Rec when
What's
they
that?
were doing the Model UN, and Leslie was getting her friends to help because she's trying to help the kids in the Model UN club in the high school, and she asked Andy to step in and asked if he could be Iceland, and he's like, "What? The bad guys from Mighty Ducks 2? No, can't do it. How about Japan?" What? The bad guys from Karate Kid 2? Can't do it. How about if I'm just like Germany or something? They were never the bad guys.
We got another one from Steve and Izzy. Steve said, "Do you guys have a comic expo coming up?" We do, September 23rd through the 25th.
It's right around the corner.
2.5 weeks away, right?
Well, I mean, you got to go down the highway a ways.
Yes,
and
true.
then right around the corner.
It's down by Stump. Stump.
Yep.
A couple blocks from Stump.
Yes. We have Brandon Routh is going to be there. Superman. He was in DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Are you going to ask him about the Rookie and why he played a
Oh,
terrible?
he was in The
he
Rookie.
He was the bad cop. He was the racist cop.
Excuse me.
Oh, God, I thought you were talking about the baseball movie.
No.
That's Randy.
There was a
Dennis
racist
Quaid.
cop in the baseball movie?
It took a weird turn. Sorry, Dennis Quaid. I need you to step out of the car now.
Sir, do you know how fast you were going?
I was throwing 95 miles an hour. That's not allowed. Come out of the car.
No, it's because they arrested him because he stole the jugs machine from the from the side of the road, so they can measure how fast you can pitch.
Trademark that because I'd watch that.
Tom Arnold is going to be there. Actually, I will not be interviewing Brandon Routh moderating that panel. That I believe is Justin, is that from Cinema Guys, is doing Brandon Routh. I will be moderating the Tom Arnold panel, though. So just to let you guys know. I don't know if the panels are up there, but in case they do panels, this is who we'll be talking about. Let's see here.
John Noble.
John Noble is going to be there. Jack Dylan Grazer from Shazam is going to be there. Luca, he was the voice of Luca. And he was in It, the new one.
Yeah, he was one of the children in it.
Let's see here. Special effects, Don Byes is going to be there. That was just recently announced. A lot of these have just been recently announced. Christopher Lloyd is going to be there.
Great Scott!
Uncle Fester and Back to the Future.
And Taxi.
Taxi.
Best character Christopher Lloyd ever played. Was the one he was first known for.
Let's see here. Chris Claremont. Great comic book legend. The best part is he was originally supposed to be there Friday and Saturday. He's now there Saturday and Sunday. So
Not Friday?
Not Friday, Saturday
Friday.
and Sunday. So that's good. A little bit more time if you want to get to see him. Robert Watts is going to be there, film producer. He was also in Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, as Lieutenant Watts. He didn't really change much on that name.
Those are the best names.
Yeah. He was in Five Old Goes West.
He got all that that news stuff he took out from Tony Danza.
Tony, I need your answer. I don't want to answer to anything but Tony. He was also in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade. And it's his last USA appearance, just to let you guys know.
Ever.
Yep.
There were a couple cancellations this week too, weren't there?
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
No, I'm
Paul
just.
Williams. Or
He was a couple weeks ago. I can't remember.
He was the Russian from Hawkeye.
Yes, that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw his. They posted a video on.
But he'll be
Alex Ponovic.
Ponovic. He'll be here next year, I think he
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
And then the big one, William Shatner, is going to be there.
How dare these people decide to make
Work.
money and work at an acting gig?
But yeah, Brandon Routh is going to be a fun one. I like that one. That's a good pickup.
And he was in that Kevin Smith movie, the sex tape movie when they were trying to make the dirty porn.
Zach Amira.
Thank you,
Amiri
Zach.
make a
I was just
porn.
going to wait for you to keep describing it because it was kind of fun just to watch.
Did he do a double Dutch rudder?
I don't think he did.
Yes. Come on down September 23rd through 25th. Get your tickets at Cincinnati Comic Expo. We can announce that we'll be doing moderating of the panels. We'll be all on the second floor. Basically, if you go in, you got the main floor, and then if you come up above on the second floor, we'll be all on that area. We'll have a booth out there by the smaller panel rooms. I think it's 206, 230s. I think it's the 230s. And then we'll also be by the bigger section, by the big panel room, and we'll be floating around, so come see us. Please be nice if you see us. Don't yell at anybody.
If you're not nice, we'll take names.
Yes. And we'll be
Then
playing
we'll
trivia.
talk about you on here.
Yes. What kind of things would you take to the island? Anyways, and then we will be playing trivia all weekend, too, on the panel, in between panels. I'm not kidding you, we got some really fucking great prizes this year. We also have, we playing trivia down by the booth, by the smaller panel rooms, and while you're waiting in line. So come on up, win stuff. Comics and Games was nice enough to donate, I think, probably like 6 boxes worth of prizes. And there are some fun prizes in there. And then we also have some prizes. And if you don't win, you get to pick from the Nicolas Cage Bag of Suck, or, I forgot we had this, Jim, the Justice League Bag of Suck. Mm-hmm. Ooh. So,
It's lots of Bago suck.
yes. I tried to get a John Travolta one pillowcase, and I still cannot find one. I was trying to
So
do
you can have a face.
I was doing a face-off, yes.
Face-off bags of suck.
A
Yes.
face suck off.
Oh, ooh, that sounds nasty.
Whoa.
Trademark.
Trademark.
But yeah, let's see.
So Dr. Dana has one question about the Comic Expo.
yes.
She wants to know when Jensen Ackles will be announced.
I do not know that.
And she will be moderating that panel
From
as well as his escort.
wow.
I was told.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Escort to and from his table and back to his hotel room.
I mean, she's off all weekend, so she's got nothing to do.
Miss Dana, I'm good to go, Dr. Dana. No, I'm making sure. Let me check everything's okay. He is not there this year.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
talk to Andrew. See what we got there.
Okay. She wanted me to ask, so this is me asking.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. I have no power, but I'm going to try to.
That's all I can ask.
That's right. Because everybody asked Andrew to get it. He's like, nah, that's not happening. Okay, damn it. I tried. So, Chris Evans. Like, I mean, come on, let's get him.
He's probably
He's not doing anything
pretty
right now.
inexpensive, too.
Oh, yeah. What, $2,000?
So he didn't want to get Joe Manganiello and Sofia Vergara?
I don't know if it's so much he didn't want to get them. I don't think he could get them yet. They don't do a lot of appearances.
For me, they might.
You know what we should do? We should like fake it as like America's Got Talent thing, and just have them show up, and then when they get there, just, surprise! It's an expo.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. See?
I'm waiting for Keanu Reeves to be announced.
Did you see that? The latest thing about him, he was at a hotel bar, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This is awesome.
The bride and groom, future bride and groom, saw him right before their wedding, and they asked him if he wanted to come. He's like, "Oh, okay." And they get to the wedding, and he did. He went upstairs, he got his suit on, and went to the wedding and hung out with them.
And then
Nice.
stayed and hung out with the entire
Wedding party.
wedding
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
And the one of the funniest quotes from it was the bartender was like, "Yeah, Keanu likes his whiskey."
I mean, how great is that, though?
Yeah.
He has nothing going on. It makes somebody's life,
Right.
basically. I mean, that's
Like-
the story they're going to tell. Remember the time Keanu came to the wedding?
They took picture they have the photographer taking pictures of him with the bridal party and the bride and groom and the family and stuff.
Tom Hanks has done that before. Just because it's why not?
Yeah.
Again, you have no plans.
Yeah.
Again, hell, I'm going to have a few drinks,
Yeah.
talk to these people, have a good time. They appreciate it, and
I feel like I'm going to do that with John Noble September 23rd through 25th.
Invite him to your wedding.
No, I'm just going to show up next to the bar with him. I don't know if he drinks. And then just try to hang out with him all night. I don't think it's happened. I think he might call security. I do
So,
love John
are you going to try to sneak that question in when you're interviewing him?
so will you go to the bar and have drinks with me?
So, what bar are we hanging out at after this? I know a few. You might be.
I'm just going to ask him if he ceased and his attorney took back the cease and desist order about John Noble News. Anyways, Brian Ow had how do you
Hour.
consume
Oh, okay.
TV, OTA, cable, dish, YouTube TV, or Hulu Live, etc. Just found out my provider is no longer renewing TV subscriptions, just internet, and then subbing YouTube TV. Double my speed and cut 2/3 of my bill. Now to buy 2 more Apple TVs or Rokus. So how do you consume TV? Over the air, cable, dish, YouTube TV?
Yes.
I don't do much over the air,
No.
but I do still have cable and get a lot of TV. Anything I can get, we like TiVo, all that stuff. Anything over the air, and then the stuff that we have to stream. Obviously, we stream your Ted Lassos and whatnots.
We tried OTA over there 4 or 5 years ago. The way we're positioned out here, it's just
Yeah,
can't-
you need really strong antenna.
because my thought was get over OTA and then do what we call it TiVo or something like that for it just didn't work. And then we did YouTube TV. YouTube TV, like I hate paying it, but it is such a good service.
That's what I've had that probably 3 years now.
Yeah.
And I mean it hasn't really price wise, it hasn't really gone up a
Too
ton.
much.
Like they've had some negotiations with some providers like channels or whatever, and they've never really raised the bill too much. And
The DVR is the big thing.
yeah, it's
Unlimited.
unlimited cloud based storage. So like
It'll keep everything for 9 months. So you have 9 months from the time you tape it. But a lot of these shows repeat, so you just get the newer version. So that's another 9 months it starts.
yeah.
And the football, like college football, we tape every college football game. Well, not that I watch a lot, but I love college football because I don't have a dog in the race. I went to a Division III school, so it's just fun to watch. Like my son and I rewatched the last quarter of the LSU Florida State game because LSU lost. Fuck you, Brian Kelly, and they lost because their extra point was blocked with no time left, which was tremendous.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a drive, 99 yards in a minute and 20 seconds, and then they get the extra point blocked.
Did you tape the game that was on NFL Network on Sunday night?
Which one was that?
The Central State Marauders
Yeah, I'm sure it's on there.
in the the BCSU Hall of Fame game.
Oh, okay. We were watching Jackson State beat Florida Atlantic this week.
Yeah, that was on ESPN.
Yeah, we went back and watched that. I mean, they got destroyed. We turned it off at like when it was 34-3.
So is this the provider that you had the baseball game on? No, it was Jeopardy. We were watching Jeopardy.
That did struggle. So
yeah, it really struggled.
Jeopardy did struggle, like the buffering of it.
I'm like, oh, this is terrible.
It doesn't happen often. I will say, like, is that CBS or ABC? Who has Jeopardy? Fox
They are
has
on,
it.
yeah, the local Fox.
The local Fox is the one that there's always one. I can't remember. Fox is, I think, the one that struggles with us sometimes. But yeah, YouTube TVs, I really enjoyed it. Like,
Yeah, I've not had a single issue with them.
If it screws with my Jeopardy, I can't have that.
that's true. I mean, the DVR is probably the best thing with them. Jim, what you got? Oh, you said all.
I pretty much, whatever I can find it on. At work, at home, whatever. I'll turn on everything. And again, if I can't find something to watch, that's why I like having cable. Mm-hmm. If I can't find something to watch, I'll just flip through like the movies. And, like, I can watch any movie
Yeah.
if it's like, oh, look, it's 40 minutes into The Replacements. I want to watch this. But I won't go to the streaming service and turn it on.
Correct. You know what? I agree with you. It's like Shawshank Redemption was on 2 weekends ago or something. Well, it's always on. But it was like, oh, an hour into it. Let's watch it.
It's like what TNT always showing some sort of Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or Star Wars. One or the other. I did resubscribe to Peacock. $20 for the whole year, for a year.
Oh, I might have to do that.
So in
That's not
September,
bad.
though, it's just through September 30th, I think, or 29th. I forget which day. It's not the full month, but it's $18.95, and then tax. So yeah, it's $20. I was like, you know what? For $20, I personally, I much rather pay upfront cost of the streaming service for a year than get a monthly bill every month.
Oh yeah, monthly bills suck. I hate monthly bills.
Yeah, I'd rather pay for that up front. Like Disney Plus, when we got it, it was a 3-year package. Like I paid for 3 years, and you got a year free, basically.
Yeah.
Peacock for $20, I'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I paid for whatever the next level of that up. I think Peacock's like $50 for the year.
Yeah, the premium without commercials.
I mean, that's one pay-per-view, wrestling pay-per-view. If
Yeah.
I want to watch.
Well,
one of them.
I went away because WWE was kind of killing me, and then Triple H took over. And it wasn't even that. It was just like, for $20, like, there's enough kid shows on there and that stuff. It's like,
You're definitely going to get your money's worth.
Paramount Plus is the one that's been struggling. I keep saying that. I'm not a big fan of it lately.
Yeah.
Then you haven't been watching the Taylor Hawkins Memorial Concert.
I did see that was on there.
Yeah, they streamed it on Peacock or on Paramount Plus. It was on MTV's YouTube channel, and it was on Pluto.
Did they stream the entire thing? Because I heard they only streamed an hour and a half of it.
No, they streamed the entire thing. What they did, CBS
had an hour. Paramount Plus had an hour and a half.
Well, I've seen other people. I didn't watch it streamed. I watched the half hour or the hour thing on CBS. But they said they streamed the whole thing, and then I guess the next day it was up for on demand with some stuff. I think mostly set changes. I think might have been cut out, and I heard whichever of the Gallagher brothers was on his stuff is not available on demand.
Of course not.
Yeah, I'm like, really? I can't remember. I think it was Liam, but I can't swear it was Liam Gallagher. But
Cool. I don't have to watch that.
exactly.
Can we have
But
a
I thought he kicked off the show. I thought he was the first act.
Well, I don't know.
Can we have a bigger issue here? MTV put it on their YouTube channel and not their actual MTV channel.
But they couldn't because they had to show 17 hours of ridiculousness.
To be fair, Teen Mom 2 just came back.
But they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
still showing ridiculous.
They still showed 17 hours of ridiculousness.
Yes.
And then like 4 hours of Teen Mom, and then they had a random movie.
And then 1 hour
But
of
they showed 3 times in a row repeatedly.
How High.
It wasn't that high. I don't remember. What
And then they had to show Deliciousness.
I'm surprised that hasn't been canceled yet.
I think it has, actually.
But then I also heard like they put it like I guess live on the YouTube, but you couldn't rewatch it or whatnot.
Fast forward or anything.
And people were, I guess, taping it from YouTube and putting it up, and then they were like, apparently they were like playing Pop Goes the Weasel or Whack-A-Mole. Somebody would throw up a copy of it, and then they'd go and have it taken down. So there were apparently copies floating around like all night from one station to the next. I saw people talking about how they were in the middle of watching it and it shut down, and then they found somewhere else to finish the conversation.
It should not be this
concert.
difficult to watch a memorial concert.
No, it shouldn't.
Last question from Pop Culture Cafe. Hey, boys. You have to drink Colon Blast to clear your for your colonoscopy. What movie do you watch to pass the time as you sit on the toilet? You should always check your colon. I would say Shawshank Redemption or The Replacements.
I'm going to make sure it's all out. So I'm going to watch Kingdom of Heaven, the director's cut.
All 12 hours.
It's only 6.5.
I think I'll just play games on my phone.
Brian?
I'll go John Wick 1 through 3.
Gotta watch those.
Yeah, you should.
They're on Peacock.
Yeah, they're
You
good.
haven't watched those?
Weird.
I haven't seen them either.
They're on television all the time.
I know,
should-
but
you
it's the
should
cut
watch 'em.
version.
Yeah, I don't want to watch.
Brian told me
John
not to
Wick
watch the
on
unedited.
I wouldn't.
I gotta watch the unedited. Let's
It's like
see.
watching Die Hard edited.
It's a Christmas movie. Do you know it's a Christmas movie? Sorry.
It's a summer blockbuster.
Oh, wait a minute, Brian. We got some food challenge. We won't do all of them yet, or today. But Brian brought.
Some Lay's potato chips.
What flavor is that we're opening?
We just opened the Doritos Cool Ranch flavor of a Lay's potato chip.
That was specifically for Steve and Izzy.
So let's go here. There you go. Pass those around. Basically, Brian got Funyuns, Cheetos, and Lay's wavy Funyuns potato chips, Lay's Cheeto cheese flavored potato chips, and then this is the Cool Ranch. So they're in the shape of potato
Just
chips,
the Lay's, basic, regular Lay's potato chip.
the thin ones,
Yes.
but the Cool Ranch flavoring, which, again, I'm not a big Cool Ranch fan, but I do like the Doritos ones because of the texture. So this is going to be interesting.
I'm doing this for the show. I do not like ranch, and I do not like the Cool Ranch Doritos.
Really?
Yes.
My son puts ranch on the ranch.
Your son ruined his pizza last week.
I know he did.
I'm not gonna
So,
lie. That's a tasty chip, in my opinion.
17 chips is a serving size, 150 calories, which actually isn't horrible. 9% sodium, 6% carbs, 12% total fat. The whole package is 410 calories.
Okay. I didn't hate it. But I wouldn't say I particularly liked it. It ranks behind the beer I had last night of the Christmas pickle beer by Urban Artifact. It was a pickle sour beer.
Oh,
From Christmas?
Yes, one of our friends got it at Jungle Jim's for a 6-pack for $1.99.
It's not bad. I'd much rather have a Dorito, though, like a Cool Ranch Dorito. Because I like the texture better, I think.
You like the corn chip better than the potato chip? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Lay's cut, the thin cut, and I'm never a fan of powdered flavoring on chips.
I know you said that before.
That being said, it is what it is, and if you like ranch flavored stuff, it's not bad.
I'll let you know if I wanted like a Cheetos flavored one of these and you showed up with the Cool Ranch, you'd have to leave and go get the right ones.
so we're gonna try the Cheetos ones next.
Okay.
And
Wanna
you
do
said the Cheetos were the wavy cut? Or
No,
No.
just Funyuns.
Why don't we do this
Wavy
once a
ones.
week? We'll do one a
Oh,
week.
I don't care.
Next week we'll do Cheetos, and then we'll do Funyuns. Oh, Jim, you gotta keep coming back as long as you're not suspended.
I hope I don't say anything to offend anybody tonight because I want to come back.
You already did. Since it's wild card week, we got something major going on. Jim, what returns? What segment?
Boardroom.
It was here once. Jeff screwed it up.
I didn't screw it up. I didn't know what it was. You know the difference now? We've rules.
Okay.
They have rules.
So boardroom, it used to be that you make up a plot of a film and you kind of add stuff to it. I don't even know what the rules were, to be honest with you. We
There
did
were no rules.
It's it's Thunderdome. So now, hello. So now the best part is that Pitch Storm.
Doug said wild card sucks.
Yes, he did. Fuck you, Doug. Anyways, here we go. We're using the game Pitch Storm to help us with Boardroom. So it's a party game of amazing / horrible movie ideas. Basically, Jeff. This case, we're going to do this twice, 2 rounds. Brian and Jim get around. They're on a team. Jeff and I get around. Basically, Brian, you have the what cards?
I have the plot card.
So you and Jim has the
I have
character
the
card.
character card. So I will say what type of character it is, and then Brian will follow up with what the plot of the movie is going to be.
This is on the cards that they pick.
And then we will sell the movie to our executives, which are our listeners.
And Jim and Jeff and I will be giving notes as executives.
Notes they must fit into their movie.
Yes. So one example is, if you were executive, and I'm not using this one, my niece would be perfect for the lead role. She's 8 years old. And then they have to...
House of Dragons.
Marry her ass off.
So basically, then they would
Four
have to...
babies.
They would have to put that note into their story, their pitch, their movie pitch. We played this weekend on game night. It's hilarious. It's called Pitch Storm. Highly recommend it. So we'll get this going. And then you, the listeners, tell us who wins. Which movie you would see.
Derivative. That was the word I was trying to think of an hour ago.
Derivative.
Anyway, so you listeners, follow us at Bad Ideas Podcast and let us know who wins, which movie you would like to see. So, you got 2 minutes total, and we'll stop the clock when we do...
We throw in notes.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 minutes and 1 second. Jim, you got the character card,
Yes.
and Brian, you got the plot. So I will start now.
A fraternity on the verge of suspension.
Receives an unexpected message from God.
Oh,
I'm sold already.
See, they are going to be. They've been partying too much, gotten in a lot of trouble. Then God sends them a message to put them on the right track so
Yeah.
they don't get suspended.
Yeah, so they've been their fraternity has been suspended, and they have to do community service with the local church. And the pastor of the church is a former fraternity brother who's reformed.
Played
Time
by
out.
Lawrence Fishburne.
I like it. I got a note though.
Okay.
Sounds good. Can we add more time travel?
Oh, definitely, because God shows up there. So he lets them go back and see what they've done wrong.
Shows them the error of their ways.
And shows them in the future, kind of like the Christmas Carol. They get to see what happened.
So you're
in the past.
making a Christmas Carol with a fraternity?
Yes.
So God will be played by Morgan Freeman.
Of course.
He's gonna it's similar to
This is sounding good, but I've got a note I need to throw out there.
okay.
Let's set this on the moon.
All right.
Okay, so in one of the flash or one of the future and one of their
Time travel.
going back to the what they see in the future, what's going to happen, it inquires one of the members becoming an astronaut.
Yes.
and and joining one of the first manned stations on the moon. Would actually put
Yes.
and if he didn't relive his way, didn't redo his ways, then he would never get to that point to be a famous
To become
astronaut.
the world's best astronaut, who has many times over seen the errors of his way by God.
Okay, so God is Morgan Freeman. Lawrence Fishburne is the pastor.
Yeah. Dave Franco is the lead fraternity guy who becomes the astronaut.
I think I've seen this before.
With the other we will have John Boyega and
And time.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that guy.
Do you have a title for your movie?
Let me-
You better hurry. Come on, title.
Boys on the Moon.
I like it. Trademark.
We're on a mission from God.
Are you recording this?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't remember you saying 3, 2, 1, go. Sorry.
So we pick one of the notes, right?
Yeah,
That
you
was-
guys can get to pick. So that's your movie, Boys on the Moon. Okay, 2 minutes and 1 second is what I put it at. So, Brian, you got the timer ready? And when you tell us to go. Jeff has the plot. I have the artist. Oh, I'm sorry, the character.
All right.
You ready?
Ready? Go.
A young artist struggling to pay rent.
Fighting against evil robots that look like people.
What the fuck?
I didn't know you were going to pick a young artist. I mean, yes, because artists, you know,
It's about young Da Vinci. Back
young Da Vinci. I like it.
Yes.
and
his creations have started getting their own mind.
but they look like people, but they're not like. There's a Vitruvian man, but it's a Vitruvian robot.
Oh, I like it. And he makes the hang glider, and that actually becomes like a robot too.
Yes.
But it can turn into human form. They're like robots in disguise. So,
I like, but he's drawing,
Yeah.
and his drawings are kind of coming to life.
yes, not only at nighttime. When he goes to bed the next day, they're like on the news. Well, I guess not on the news. I guess there's a town crier.
Wait,
All right.
I think Brian has a note.
I have a note.
Okay.
What if the opening scene of your film was the invasion on D-Day?
Well, here's the thing.
love it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Da Vinci then accidentally makes a time machine because they always accidentally.
Well, it's the opening scene, so we don't find out until later because we see
Yes.
D-Day, and they're charging D-Day, and then you
Wait.
It's not actually D-Day, though. It's Da Vinci Day in Italy. So that's what we're looking at. So it's not
and
actually
he's
a battle.
painting a war
Yes.
of people coming up, but it's kind of actually also live.
I
Yes.
got a note here.
Yeah.
That's great, but what if everything you said so far is just a flashback before the movie actually started?
Well, yes, because he's painting it on D-Day. And then you fast forward, and it's not even Da Vinci. It's one of his paintings in an art museum in present day.
And then we keep switching over to different paintings in
Yes.
different wings of the
You got the
museum.
blue stage, the blue mood, right? What's that? The blue.
Picasso's
Yeah.
blues period.
Yeah.
So like each painting
All right.
is a different story.
So we're gonna need a title.
Title, Da Vinci Day.
It's the best I got.
Who plays Da Vinci real quick?
Oh,
5 seconds.
Tim Meadows.
why not?
Okay.
So you got Da Vinci Day and Boys on the Moon. And your alarm is going crazy over there. Love our idea.
It's telling you to stop. Like, I've heard enough.
He was playing you off.
So we'll have to put out on Twitter.
Yep.
Boys on the Moon.
Boys on the Moon or Da Vinci Day.
Or Da Vinci
give
Day.
them the whole week or however long you can
Yeah,
put
I'll
a
do a
Twitter
week.
pull out. And then also, like, we'll check to see if other people send
It's
in
actually not Tim
comments.
Meadows. I apologize. He plays his best friend. It's Timothy Awfulent.
Timothy Oliphant?
Yeah, that guy too.
Too late.
Damn it, it's Tim Meadows.
Yeah,
Okay,
Tim Meadows is the only one in this movie. He's the only cast member.
At least mine doesn't take place on the moon.
Everybody else are like
They're paintings.
They're paintings
They're-
and
Robots.
robots. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Their robots just look like people.
You know what
They're
I could
not
have done?
really people.
See, this one would have been okay for you guys. You know what's hot right now? Teen pregnancy. Can we work one of those in somehow?
Oh,
Well, that
man.
was the thing is I had mine picked out. I'm like, as soon as you go and start, I'm like, oh, we'll put that on the moon, and then he throws in time travel. I'm like, oh, they can rope the moon and time travel together real easy.
I
But
picked time travel for Blake.
My other options were, what if we had an invisible talking penguin that only the main character can see? But you made your main characters frat boys, so that was kind of easy.
Do you think that boardroom went better than before?
Then that whatever that monstrosity was a couple
Yes.
years ago, yes.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. You know what? I have a crazy idea. We should bring this to that comic expo, and that should be one of the competitions.
I don't dislike that idea.
Yeah!
Maybe this could be one of the episodes that we record with everybody.
I like it. I like it. Hey, Pitchstorm, made by Skybound Tabletop. You want to
Yes.
sponsor?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and give them a good kick here to show them how
This way.
great of a game that they have made here that makes us fun. Makes us fun?
Yes.
Lets us have fun.
It's game by Ben Kepner, Skybound Tabletop. This one was $25. Cole's had it for $12. Well worth it. Well worth it. Let's see here. Jeff, give me some news of the geek.
News of the Geek. Wild card.
Ooh, I like it. Woo! Hello. We do have some news of the geek here real quick. Biggest news. You know how Warner Brothers was going to make a new DC chief, right? DCU. He's going to be the Kevin Feige of the...
Yep, no, they already mentioned they've got this all mapped
Oh, yeah.
out. They know what they're doing for the next 20 years.
Dan Lin, the producer, was in talks with Warner Brothers Discovery for the job. Talks broke down in part due to his commitment to his own production banner, and basically they couldn't integrate his own production company into Warner Brothers. Let's see, his chief sticking point being Lin's commitments to Rideback. That was his production company.
The wrestler?
No, that's
Oh,
that's Ryback.
No,
Yeah.
right back.
oh, right back. I thought you said Ryback. Sorry.
Negotiations continued into his salary and the vision of the DC universe, but Rideback remained a complication as well.
Vision's in Marvel Universe.
DC universe, sorry.
Oh, you said DC, but Vision's a Marvel Universe character.
Boo, get out.
You're the one that said it.
Len is known for producing the Lego Movie and both It installments. He actually worked on the doomed George Miller Justice League that was scrapped amongst the writer's strike in 2008 and 2007 to 2008. Armie Hammer was supposed to be Batman. Good thing that didn't work out. Let's see here.
Why? Maybe it's a bad thing. Maybe if Armie Hammer was Batman, he wouldn't have
Started
crazy.
eating people?
Allegedly.
He wouldn't have allegedly,
8 people?
yeah,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
or at least allegedly wanted to eat people.
Allegedly. So anyways,
He never claimed to have eaten people, just wanting to eat people.
allegedly. We got to be clear. It's all alleged, despite what the text messages say. From, yes, I am Armie Hammer. Please do not repeat this to anybody. So the the search continues for Dan Lin. For the DC chief. Anybody want the job?
Yes,
Okay, what would you do?
whatever the hell I want.
First movie you greenlight. Greenlight.
Boys on the Moon.
How is that a DC property? I don't know, but we're going to make it.
Batgirl.
We've already got it. I don't have to
Exactly.
spend any more money.
I will go in and I will have a movie almost completely done when I get in there.
Just go in and go. Okay, Warner Brothers. What's your movie idea, Jeff? Batgirl. Okay, we tried that, right? I like it. No, that Batgirl. Just release it. That's our first movie. We're done. End of story. And then we'll do a spin-off with Brandon Fraser as Firefly. Let's see here.
No, I won't let Brendan Fraser be Firefly.
What?
Brendan Fraser's Firefly makes no sense.
How dare you?
How dare you, sir?
How dare you? And then, Jim, you had a nice little article as well.
Yep.
So, let's see here. Whoop. From Newsbreak. Sorry, let me get the whole story here for you. I apologize for this. Talk amongst yourself here for a second while it brings up Newsbreak.
Mumble,
what
mumble,
the fuck is
mumble,
going on here?
Mumble,
Get out here.
mumble.
Marvel
mumble.
Studios reportedly
Thank you.
signs Henry Cavill, John Boyega, John Krasinski, Denzel Washington, and more. The stars will help lead the MCU's Phase 5 plans. Despite playing Superman in the DC Extended Verse, rumors are now noting that Marvel Studios has signed Henry Cavill to a role for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Entertainment insider Emmett Kennedy recently posted a tweet noting that rumors of Marvel Studios signing 7 actors and actresses. Aside from Cavill, the names mentioned include John Boyega, Jodie Comer, Daisy Edgar Jones, John Krasinski, Giancarlo Esposito, and Denzel Washington. Kennedy notes that talent potentially signed will help lead the Phase 5 plans for the MCU, and that President of Marvel Studios Kevin Feige will be making an announcement regarding the signings at the D23 Expo 2022 held at Anaheim Convention Center September 9th through 11th. Kennedy also mentioned the upcoming Fantastic Four and X-Men films in the tweet.
So
I'm assuming these people are probably signed on for Fantastic Four and X-Men.
That's my guess, yes.
And does that mean we feel like they are bringing John Krasinski back to be Mr. Fantastic?
I hope they do. So that was the rumor. Now, the thing that I see, this is unconfirmed, obviously, just out there. I kept hearing Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley.
Thank you. From You, the Netflix show You.
No, I didn't tell you that.
Get out.
You just did. You just gave us his
Oh,
name.
I got it. Sorry.
From the TV series You.
You mean the Netflix series You?
Yeah. Well, it was originally a TV series, and then it switched from Lifetime to Netflix after one season because it did horrible on Lifetime. He supposedly is in talks to play the fucking Fantastic Four, the main
Mr.
guy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
You can't remember Mr. Fantastic, but you remember the name of the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Okay.
I hate the Fantastic Four. I fucking hate them. All 4 of the characters. Except for the robot guy. I like him.
Herbie?
Yeah, I like Herbie. That's the rumor is that Penn's going to take over that role. That would be interesting. I could
over
see him
Herbie?
being Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, you're welcome.
You said something about Professor X. Who was the rumor?
Giancarlo Esposito.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. He definitely, like, weeks ago or whatever, talked about how he was in negotiations to have a role with Marvel, and he flat out said he wants to play Professor X. A lot of people coming back, no, don't do that, oh, he makes such a great villain, why have him play the hero? I'm like, he's a great actor, and he seems to have the ability and the temperament to play a great Professor X.
John Boyega actually denied this one earlier today.
Oh, did he?
That doesn't mean anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, he's been in Star Wars, so he's used to denying all
Yeah.
the rumors.
He did say today, he also said in his interview that he has no intention of going back to the Star Wars universe. Basically because they fucked over Finn, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame him for that.
So who would, what Marvel character would you have John Boyega play?
Oh, that's a tough call. I'm trying to think who. I don't know. I'm trying to think who's out there. So you got X-Men, right?
Gambit?
I am Gambit.
Never say that again.
Sorry. I don't know who you would get. Who would you pick? So, Henry Cavill, I could see, is he Wolverine even though he's too tall?
There's been rumor, years ago that Henry Cavill is Wolverine, and everybody's thing is he's way too tall. He's taller than Hugh Jackman. He
Is
was
it-
too tall.
Is it in this article, or it might have been something else I read after you linked this one? The other rumor was Cyclops, that he was actually going to be Cyclops, the leader of the X-Men.
I could see him being
I
Cyclops.
could see him being Cyclops. That means they're going to start everybody older.
John Boyega, Iceman. I could
Could
see him.
be.
I like that as Iceman.
Beast.
How funny would it be? John Krasinski doesn't come back as Mr. Fantastic. He's Thing. He's under all that CGI. You wanted John. Here he is.
Or he comes back as Angel.
Oh.
Maybe it's the original X-Men they're giving us here.
I could actually see Boyega as Angel. I could see that. I see him better as Iceman. Who would Denzel be?
Magneto.
I could see him as Magneto.
I can see that.
Maybe part of the Hellfire Club, even.
Yeah. The only problem is I know the biggest thing with Magneto, you don't want to take away the fact that, his origins of, Jewish in a concentration camp.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are been vocal about, if you get somebody who doesn't fit that mold.
But do you think they would do that as his origin still?
I don't know.
I don't think you're going to be able to. You had to update Punisher, his backstory, that he was in Vietnam War in the late.
Yeah, that's just changing wars.
Yeah, but if you're going to take it, unless well,
Again, he's
unless it's time travel.
well-
he's a mutant. He might not age the same.
True.
I mean, maybe they'll update it to the Rwandan genocide, something like that.
Okay, so who would you? Okay, Jodie Comer.
I don't know who Jodie Comer is.
She was in The Last Duel. She was the female in Free Guy.
Sue Storm.
Sue Storm, or
Yeah.
would she be Phoenix?
Jean Grey.
Grey.
I think she's a better Sue Storm. When I saw her, like her profile picture, I would be like Sue Storm. I have no problem with that. Rumor is sorry. Anything? Anyone else?
Daisy Edgar Jones. She was in
Yeah.
the Normal People, War of the Worlds.
Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, Where the Crawdads Sing. She would make a good Kitty Pryde.
Yeah.
But she's the best X-Men.
Is she?
Oh, she looks like Kitty Pryde. I could see her and her dragon.
Actually, I could see her as Kitty Pryde. To go off a bigger rumor that was out, or another rumor, sorry, not bigger, but another rumor, Thunderbolts, the movie is coming out in 2024, and they were talking, the funny thing is...
Some of these people could have been signed for Thunderbolts or what.
Well, they were talking about which characters would be in Thunderbolts movie, and they said, like, they're hearing rumblings, because of this Think 'em Up. But it's funny, like, the one article I read had every character that has a shade of gray in it could be in it. Brian, the rumor is John Bernthal is on the supposedly that is on the script sheets for Punisher to be in Thunderbolts.
Well, Thunderbolts isn't... maybe I'm wrong, but isn't that going to be the group that Julia Louis-Dreyfus is putting together?
So her dad's going to be at the Comic Expo.
Not her dad, but okay.
Richard Dreyfuss is going to be there.
Guys, I'm sorry, you guys have told me that.
Gary Stiller
I was
is dead.
just really excited.
Oh, that's the other one. Sorry.
But now where are we going? Oh yeah,
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
But so she's got U.S. Agent or John Walker, the fake Captain America,
Baron Zemo.
Baron Zemo. Yeah, she's
That's
got,
been publicized that he's in
Well,
it.
Zemo's got to be in the Thunderbolts. I mean, originally he was the founder of the Thunderbolts.
I'm figuring he's probably going to be the leader, right? With Julia Louis-Dreyfus pulling the strings.
Probably.
Like the Amanda Waller
And-
situation.
And
The new Black Widow.
Black Widow, yeah. that's
And
it.
Taskmaster is being called.
Black Widow and Taskmaster?
Yeah. And Abomination.
So they're not going to have the Beetle or Songbird.
They did talk Songbird,
Fixer.
but she has not been introduced yet, technically.
They're not going to have anybody other than Zemo who was actually in the Thunderbolts.
Probably.
Right?
Abomination is good because he's your muscle.
Oh, but Abomination can't because then he'll go back to jail because he just signed.
He didn't see that episode.
Oh, he didn't see that episode.
That's all right. I know he's in it. But in theory, you got Abomination. He's the muscle, right? You got Zemo as the brains. U.S. Agent, who's the stupid muscle. You got Taskmaster. I don't know what.
Yeah. Fighter, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
It's Taskmaster, at least it's already shown in the MCU, is pretty much a foot soldier who...
Punisher's an explosives expert.
Who
Artillery.
do they get for knives?
Black Widow.
The Leaper. The Leaper. Baroque. Oh, I liked him. Yeah, Black Widow. I actually don't mind that lineup.
If you didn't catch it, my knives thing was supposed to be a joke alluding to Pulp Fiction and her Fox Force 5,
Oh, yeah.
I did not get it.
where someone was an explosive expert and someone was good with knives.
They did say that
Tomato, ketchup.
that they would not, even though this is a rumor that it's not gaining much traction, but they said it would be a good place to put Deadpool into the Marvel Universe by having him join. I think he would overshadow the film.
He would definitely overshadow anything. He needs to pop in. If he's going to, it will be a 2-minute cameo before he gets.
That would be
his
funny if they
thing.
interview him, or he tries to get interviewed for those Thunderbolts, and then he goes out. Like, that's it.
I really like when he interviewed people for his.
That was fun for his X-Force.
Yep.
That was a good part. What was it, Gary? No, who was
Peter?
the guy? Peter.
Peter.
I love that guy.
Come on, Sugar Bear.
Don't go over that way. No.
Invisible guy is still my favorite.
The Vanisher.
The Vanisher, yeah.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And then, also, speaking of Ryan Reynolds, I've been watching Welcome to Wrexham about the soccer club.
Yes.
Documentary?
I have not, but
I saw
everybody's
the
telling me to.
First episode.
My wife and I and my oldest son have been watching it, and it is fantastic. It's on FX, so definitely highly recommend it. It's a true documentary. It's not a mockumentary. And like I said, it's fantastic. It was funny, though, like they were showing this past episode, not to go too far into, but like how they're, like, Wrexham, the fans were downtrodden. They're in the National League, all that stuff. And they were like, you know, we didn't know if they would be good exposure or bad exposure with these guys, you know, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney from Always Sunny. And basically, though, the next season, the first season, they're like sponsored by Gary's Tractor Supply in, you know, Wrexham. The next season, TikTok.
TikTok, the Aviator Gin,
Yeah.
Expedia.
Expedia. Yeah, they just keep going. They're like, oh, the season before they bought them, they sold $3,000 worth of merchandise at their store, their local Wrexham store. $50,000 in the next season.
So hopefully they start moving up.
Yeah, and they have the money. I mean, Ryan Reynolds was like, it's money suck basically. But the potential to get there to make so much money is there. But he's like, I'm obsessed with it because not for just the money, but I'm just obsessed with this team now. Like, I just want them to do well.
Well, that's the thing is obviously these guys are putting a lot of money on the line to do that. Hopefully, like the sponsorship and the sales, the merchandise sales, are at least making up for.
Oh, the sponsorship money is going to be big time with those two guys.
With those two guys, and
they got a show
and
now.
they got a show. So this is free. Well, not free publicity, but it's better publicity for these. But I mean, Aviator Gin is Ryan Reynolds' gin.
Yes.
Like in the first episode, McElhenney was talking about how he had this idea, but you know he just has TV money. He needed somebody who had movie money,
Vodka money.
vodka
Or gin,
money,
yeah.
and
Gin, sorry.
gin money, telephone,
Cellular,
cellular
wireless,
wireless money,
Mint Mobile. Yeah, that's funny.
computer security money.
That's funny.
How much money do you think that guy has, Reynolds?
a lot.
He did get in trouble with his wife because he spent. He pretty much.
He bought a soccer team without telling her.
Yes, Blake Lively was complaining that you're supposed to make important financial decisions with your partner, and he really didn't do that.
She did say that she's obsessed with the team, though, now.
Oh no, she was. It's all in good fun.
Yeah.
So, but she was.
You know what the best part is? He has money. Somebody that does have money that couldn't actually does not have as much is A-Rod. He could not buy the Minnesota Timberwolves. They found out today that his sale, he's a partner. He doesn't have enough money to contribute. Reason is because the rumor is that him and J-Lo broke up, and she was going to help support the money. So
Oh, A-Rod
So-
doesn't have J-Lo money.
He does not have J-Lo money, so he had to back out because he was getting the Timberwolves and the Lynx, the WNBA team.
Yeah, his $126 million contract he signed way back when is peanuts now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Like, oh yeah, we got this. Oh, that's not a good credit check.
So Brian, we were just talking about the little rumors with relationships. What do you think the rumor is that Tom Brady stepped away from the team because he had to watch the kids because Cassell left? They had a big fight, mainly because he's playing football and she doesn't want him to, and she's taking some time off and going away.
It's not unfeasible. I mean, there's plenty of verified rumors where she told him that she hated New England. She didn't like living there. And then he pretty much was like, all right, we'll go somewhere warm. And then...
Wait a minute. Why would somebody from Brazil not like it in New England?
Right.
So he went to Tampa, which he preferred if he would have gone out to, let's say, Vegas.
Yeah. Or California.
But Gruden decided to stay with that fucking guy.
Yeah. Jeez. I mean, imagine now if he were in Vegas with Josh McDaniels again.
Oh, yeah.
I will say Giselle does not look like she's a lot of fun. She looks like she would be a very boring person to live with.
Oh, I think she looks like a lot of fun.
Stop it. Stay on target.
I mean, she seems to be to be able to.
No, she looks
entertain
like she has no personality.
I mean, I don't
think Tom Brady looks like a lot of fun either, though.
I don't know. You get Tom drinking the avocado vodka, and he's a lot of fun.
I mean, he'll throw that
Super Bowl trophy anywhere.
That is true.
I wish you would have went to the bottom of the bay.
That would have been fun.
Gronk probably would have jumped in after it.
That would have been a third string tight end in scuba gear.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like,
Does he have a good season, you think, or is he too...
he,
What a good season.
He's TFB.
I mean, he threw for 5,000 yards last year, and I don't know, 30 touchdowns.
That's it?
Like,
He will definitely be in the top third of quarterbacks.
He led the league in yards, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only
He passed Drew Brees for lifetime, didn't he?
I believe so, or he's very close.
No, he passed
Yeah,
him.
he did. I mean, he's never. I mean, until he can't be one of the top 3 or 4 guys, then he'll never stop playing. That's just who he is.
I mean, if he's in the top 12, he's
But
still,
that's not good enough for him. I feel
It's good
like.
enough for the Cleveland Browns. We'll take any
Well-
quarterback in the top 20.
I mean,
Fuck you, Browns.
Tom doesn't. I mean, that would be great for the Browns because he's got his own pliability coach, so he doesn't need the massages. He's got a pliability coach who's like his business partner and
Yes.
everything. So, from that standpoint, you know,
Bill Belichick looks like a fun guy.
no, not really.
I think he would be
No.
so much... No.
I do get great joy though out of watching his press conferences.
I thought the same thing with Marvin Lewis, even though it's boring as hell. But you ask a stupid question,
you're
going to get
Yeah.
torn. In,
Yeah. And to their credit, I mean, they do it every Sunday for 16, 17, 18 weeks or longer. And you either don't get responses, so you just have to ask dumb shit just to try to get something out of him, or
I mean, I'd rather have Trent Krim doing the interviews.
from the Independent.
Yes.
Trent Krim,
Krim,
independent.
independent. I like when they all said the independent at the end. Speaking of press conferences, CM Punk had a nice press conference after All Out.
I did not see any of that.
Oh, no. So, real quick, CM Punk had a press conference because they all have a press conference because they try and make it a real sport after wrestling in AEW. And Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, sitting next to him, looks like he's seen a ghost and doesn't know what to do. CM Punk basically said that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, the EVPs there, can't even manage a Walmart. They're fucking idiots. He said all this. Hangman Page is a fucking idiot for going off script a couple weeks ago because he insulted him. Oh, poor baby. And basically, long story short, it broke down. He had like a 5-minute tirade about the whole company, and you're either with him or against him because he's the new champion now again. and if you want to come up and talk to me, I'm not hard to find. Just come in the locker room and talk to me. Well, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega decide to talk to him. And then there was a chair thrown. There was a punches thrown. It took 6 minutes to separate them all with security. One of CM Punk's best friends, Ace Steel, he's a producer, he legit allegedly threw a steel chair and hit one of the Bucks, and he has a black eye. He bit and tore Kenny Omega's hair at one point. CM Punk supposedly hit the other brother, the other Young Buck brother. And now AEW is not saying any words about it, and they said either this is the greatest work in history, which I think it looks like shit because it makes your company look horrible at the end of the day, and there's no video of it, which is another thing. And then third, if this isn't a work, the rumor is today that AEW is not coming because there's legal issues coming on. So, yeah. So that's a fun press conference.
All right, hang on. Let me talk to my source in AEW.
Oh, geez. So, yeah. So, I love that CM Punk. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and burn everything to the ground. You're the champion! Like, shut the fuck up! If you don't like and the best is, a couple, 6 months ago when Sasha and Naomi walked out, he tweeted that you should never walk out. You should have your co-workers' backs and your wrestlers' backs. Deal with that behind the scenes. And it's like, wait a minute. Miro, a.k.a. Rusev, he retweeted that. So yeah, that's the fun stuff. I'll be honest, I kind of want to throw a chair at the Young Bucks, too. I fucking hate those guys. They're awful wrestlers. But that's just me. But yeah, so who throws a chair in a real fight?
Who throws a shoe?
A shoe would be less painful, right?
I mean, that honestly sounds a lot to me just like what happened with Conor McGregor when he threw something at a bus for one of the, when he got into that fight at a press conference. The other fighter got on the bus and they were trying to leave, and he was grabbing shit from behind, backstage and throwing it at their bus.
Conor McGregor seems stable.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's off the deep end at all.
What did he just got cast in a movie or a show, and I can't remember what it was.
It's a rom-com with J-Lo?
No, Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh. Does he still fight? Connor?
Maybe.
Not Jake Gyllenhaal, but Connor.
No, after Southpaw, Jake gave up fighting.
Good call. Good call.
He had to. He lost everything. And,
he's a lefty.
I've heard. I
was just wondering.
He hasn't fought in at least 18 months.
Wow.
I would think.
Good for them. So
Was Mayweather the last person he fought?
Didn't he? I honestly don't. Maybe.
that would be on our MMA podcast, Knuckle Up. That's on Friday nights. Catch us on the Hobie Network.
I thought it was called Just Tap.
That's another type. Oh, sorry.
Is that the beer podcast?
Yes.
That's
yes.
a dancing podcast.
I didn't even realize
Just tap.
we had this. I didn't even realize we had this podcast. I thought that was still part of our sports podcast.
No. It's was an offshoot.
Spun it off. Huh?
Yeah. We all know so much about MMA fighting that we thought that would be a good way.
I think I might be able to name two fighters.
Conor McGregor.
He's one of them.
Rampage Jones.
Jackson.
Nope.
Jackson. Is he dead?
Nope.
Oh.
No, he's B.A. Baracus.
Kimbo Slice is dead.
Kimbo Slice, that's the other one. He was the backyard guy, right?
Yes.
He was just knocking everybody out. He didn't do well in MMA.
Who was that MMA guy that went to Jason's alma mater?
Oh,
Brock Lesnar?
no.
CM Punk?
No.
CM Punk was MMA. He just got destroyed in his two
Yeah.
matches.
He was champ for a couple times, and he kept on. Unfortunately, he had to fight Anderson Silva.
It's Anderson Silva. That's another.
Oh, that's see, we know this. So
Randy Couture.
yeah, Manny Pacquiao,
Chuck Lidman, the Iceman.
Chuck Liddell.
Ken
Liddell.
Shamrock,
That
Frank
guy.
Shamrock, Frank Stallone. We got this. So join us Friday
Frankie
night.
Productions.
Frankie Productions. Join us.
Frank Grillo.
Frank,
He played a great MMA manager and coach on the show Kingdom.
probably better fighter than an actor. So follow us on
Rich Franklin.
Oh yeah.
Or Hamlin is from this area too.
So follow us on Friday nights for Knuckle Up, the MMA fight.
Tap out.
That's the just tap is the dance thing.
Oh,
We talked about Just Tap.
Yeah. Well, Gregory Hines has been on the show a couple times.
And we bring on Gus from Psych.
Silvio
ta-
Glover. I think he was.
Does he tap?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's Tap Man.
Okay.
Here, I thought Just Tap was our beer podcast.
No. That's Suds.
I'm getting them all confused.
Actually, that's the laundry one. Sorry. That's the laundry podcast.
That's true, because, you made us spin off laundry once we had laundry talk that one
yes.
time.
Yes. So that's Suds.
We thought Hops was going to be basketball, but Hops is our beer.
Yes. Yes. We did have Hops. It didn't start as a beer one. It started as a Peter Rabbit movie love fest. And then we decided, well, you only can talk Peter Rabbit for 18 episodes. So let's go to beer. We shot up in listenership after that. Anyways, anyone have a top 5? I didn't.
Top 5 Hobie podcast.
There you go. We just had it.
I've got a top 5.
What's your top 5?
And I want you to tell me what my top 5 is after I tell you the
Okay.
answers.
Just me or all of us?
All of you.
Okay. Top 5.
Number 5, Washington.
Okay.
Number 4, Kennedy.
Okay.
Number 3, Harrison.
Okay.
Number 2, Jefferson. And number 1, Clinton.
Counties in Ohio.
No.
Damn it.
People with
I don't think there's a Kennedy County.
presidents with wooden teeth.
No.
Characters Ted McGinley played.
No.
He did play JFK.
I thought you meant he played Jefferson Darcy.
Yeah, well, he did do that one too.
Jefferson wasn't even on your list.
Jefferson was on my list.
Yeah,
He was
Jefferson
number 2.
was.
Oh, okay.
Your ranking of favorite presidents.
No.
Least favorite presidents.
No.
Middle presidents.
No. I'll let you know, only one of the people on this list is a president.
Okay. Brian, what you got?
Now I'm very stumped.
Stump is down the hall.
Oh, sorry.
On the Hobie Podcast.
What day is that one again?
That was
I can't keep driving out here every 5 days a week. Jeez.
I'm here 6 days a week doing 4 podcasts every day.
Man.
We just got signed by Sirius because Pat McAfee, he lost his show.
Not yet.
Well, it's not on Sirius anymore.
No, his show
It hasn't
still,
run out yet.
no, his show is still going on. His contract was just not renewed with Sirius.
Gotcha. He actually is coming to the Hobie Network.
And he didn't really give a crap
No.
because
he's
he never got listener numbers from Sirius. They never told him how many people listen. All his stuff he's getting is from YouTube and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So well, Sirius dumped you. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's going to
Somebody
hurt
else will pay me millions.
That's
of
going to hurt
dollars.
Sirius more than anybody. Okay, so what is it?
And I will let you know, these
Okay.
are all people,
People, only one president.
and one of them has been talked about or mentioned earlier tonight on the podcast.
Kennedy, Washington.
Clinton. Okay.
Oh, George Clinton was talked about earlier.
That's true. George Clinton.
Characters from PCU.
No.
That's a good one.
George Clinton.
George Clinton. Ted Kennedy.
The Dead Kennedys.
It is not Ted
Bands.
Kennedy. No. We've got Washington, Kennedy, Harrison, Jefferson, and Clinton.
People.
Best assassination squads.
Oh, I like it. People that have traveled in time.
None of them have traveled.
Lizard people.
Nope.
No, those are the same people
Oh.
that like Pizzagate and stuff like that. Lizard people eat babies.
One more guess each.
I will let you know.
Okay.
You are correct on Clinton,
George Clinton.
and the proper president is Washington.
So what is Washington? and George Clinton.
And
have
George
in common.
Jefferson. People named George in the front.
My favorite Georges.
George Jefferson.
George Washington, George Kennedy, George Harrison, George Jefferson, and George Clinton.
Well done.
George
Well
Kennedy's a pretty good one.
done. Yeah. Well done. Anyone else have top five? Okay.
Top 5 gummy candies.
Sour Patch.
That's number 1.
Gummy worms.
Sour Patch.
Sour Patch Kids are my favorite.
Gummy Worms.
Gummy worms is probably 4.
Gummy Bears.
They're 5.
You like the
Jolly
worms better than the
Ranchers.
bears.
Jolly Ranchers would be 3.
Gummy Penis.
No,
Okay.
Lifesaver gummies.
they're number 2.
Oh, okay.
Honorable mention: Swedish Fish,
Yeah, that's
Not the Oreos.
not the Oreos.
Okay. Bad idea of the week. Since no one else has top 5. Bad idea of the week. Not getting your tickets to the Cincinnati Comic Expo. That's a bad idea 182.
I thought it was 2.
No, not that.
22.
22. There you go.
That's what I had wrote down here.
Okay, good job.
And
Good job.
remember, Hobie autographs are free. You don't
Yep.
have to wait in line.
Nope.
Oh, you might have to wait in
You might
line.
have to wait in
Wait,
line.
wait.
If they are free,
They are free.
We will get pictures taken with you, too, if you would like.
Free pictures,
Yep.
free autographs.
Wait a second.
just remember
pictures, too?
Just remember, we have bodies for podcasting.
Yes. Come look
Faces for radio, bodies for podcasting.
You'll see us with our shirts on. Hopefully our shirts on.
If not, something has went terribly, terribly wrong.
I don't know what happened.
The Harp twins came up to me and I don't know. They hit me with the heart.
Where's your shirt? I don't know.
I just went downstairs to get Brandon Routh.
And he's like, I'm not coming up unless you take your shirt off.
I got mobbed by people.
They thought I was Brandon Ralph and they tore my shirt. Were they surprised?
They really think Brandon Routh let himself go.
Are you playing MODOK now?
That's funny because I met somebody Jim used to work for, and he thought Jim let himself go.
Oh, man.
Until the other guy's like, "Oh, it's his brother." Oh, Dean.
Anyways, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an outline. And maybe some more Pitch Storm boardroom. That was kind of fun.
It's kind of fun. But yeah, go ahead, vote.
At Bad
We
Ideas
got
Podcast.
Boys.
Vote for either Boys on the Moon or Da Vinci Day.
Yes.
We'll see which of these will get
And,
the
and
green
Boys is Boyz
Yes.
on the moon.
one. Oh,
Yeah.
Boys on
Yes.
the Moon.
Yep.
Yes.
No problem.
Yep.
And Da Vinci Days.
Da Vinci Day.
Da Vinci
Day,
Day.
yeah, just
Yes.
only
With
one.
Tim Meadows.
I still have no problem with Tim Meadows as the star of Da Vinci Day.
I now see him in that painter's outfit.
Exactly,
with
the
the hat.
So now Tim Meadows is joining
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy and
That's
Tyler
them.
Perry.
That's them Cavatier.
Ladies, man. Da Vinci Day.
Roger says goodbye. Oh, titles for the show. Go ahead.
Well, I have Da Vinci Day versus Boys on the Moon.
Okay.
I have Face Suck Off.
I
like that
had
one.
face suck off.
I have Keanu Likes His Whiskey. Hops, Suds, and Just Tap. It's All Alleged.
It is all legend.
My Own Private Pliability Coach. And Something Has Went Terribly, Terribly Wrong.
I kind of like that one.
That I don't have a thing
I don't
to
have
write
either.
on, so
Something went terribly, terribly wrong.
I just kept itching titles into the table over here, so it's okay.
yeah,
I was writing all these down, and Brian said, I'm like, that's going to be the title. Something went terribly, terribly wrong.
And change approved. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
bye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.